Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we've got a Hot Wheels Redline Club feature, or HotWheelsCollectors.com feature, or Mattel Creations feature, or whatever you want to call it. This is the Nissan 1986 Nissan 720 King Cab. It is a brand new tooling, and I'm kind of stoked to check it out. I'm just gonna go ahead. It's the style of RLC piece or Hot Wheels Collectors piece, Redline Club piece, whatever, what have you. That is put in the box. So it is actually in an acrylic case. I'm actually just gonna cut both ends of this. It comes in an acrylic display case, which is pretty nice because then once you take it out of here, you can display it just in the case. Funny thing about these ones though is they don't stack on top of each other very well. Because I have a bunch of these, and that's kind of an odd complaint maybe, but they don't. These acrylic cases, they actually don't stack on top of each other well. So if you want to like display a bunch of them in their original case, it's kind of a nightmare. Anyway, so it comes in the white outer box to protect the inner box, which is what we're looking at here. We've got some information about the truck itself, telling us that the King Cab extended truck wasn't just built to move, it was built to dance. All right. Designed with a possible dancing bed, complete with speakers and video displays, styled and themed as a mini truck from the 1980s, small 5-spoke rear riders. Wheels and lowered stance, it is clearly a truck built to party. As if the dancing bed didn't make this truck stand out, dark purple Spectraflame paint ensures people know where the action is happening. There's no denying the 1986 Nissan 720 King Cab is a party on wheels. I don't know who wrote that copy, but yeah, it leaves a little bit to be desired. Anyway, we've got this. I guess this is supposed to sound like sound waves because this thing is going to have some bass to it. But let's go ahead and open it up. I was interested in it just because, you know, it's a little mini truck, and mini trucks do look pretty cool. They're kind of neat. 80s little square trucks, and, you know, modified a little bit. So this one's going to have a dancing bed. So it's got an articulating thing going on back there, and we'll check that out. So again, it comes in the acrylic case. These do not stack on each other, and I know, you know, I just mentioned that, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to prove it to you real quick. So they're all the same size. They've been the same size for a long time. So you can kind of sit one on top of the other, but it doesn't quite fit. I don't know if you can tell that, but this is kind of I think an engineering failure. Because the reason why it doesn't is because of the plastic clip-in parts of this don't allow them to stack on top of each other. That, I think, is a gross oversight for collectors, because if I want a bunch of these, I want to be able to stack them up. You know what I mean? And kind of make my own little display with them. I think that would be something really cool that they missed out on. Anyway, that's a quick complaint. Oh, this one, I like this because it is not screwed to the base. But that has its issues as well. Now, the issues, and we're back to displaying these cars again, but so since this does not have screws in the bottom and it's got this plastic thing, you have really no choice but to display it with the plastic insert in. And a lot of the times when I decide to display one of these cars, I take all this plastic junk out of here, and then, you know, it's just held in by screws. You have nothing. So I don't know. I don't think I like that either. So this wasn't supposed to be a complaint about packaging. I mean, I open everything up anyway, but there you go. You got your two plastic insert pieces to hold the thing steady while it's shipping. If you were to just put it in here now, it's going to roll around and whatnot, so that's not great either. All right, so let's take a look at really what we're looking at here as far as the truck goes. So we do have Spectraflame purple, and it looks pretty good. I do tend to be somewhat hypercritical of RLC cars, and mainly that's because they cost so dang much. You know, they really come at a premium price when you compare what you can get for that cost with other brands. So if you're really depends on how you collect, right? I mean, if you're collecting cars for the realism of them, you can get a lot of bang for your buck for the price of an RLC car. Now, if you're collecting for Hot Wheels collectability, that's a totally different thing and a totally different philosophy. Now, this, we do have a little bit of flaw right off the bat, right? So we got some weird goop thing on the paint there. I don't know. Is that removable? I think it might be. All right, so we won there. That's coming off. That's good. We also got what appears like orange paint, taillight paint. Can that come off too? Sweet. All right, so we got that off as well. So crisis averted there. Other than that, I didn't really see any other real flaws in it. Twisted Redline Club, Brendan and Coco. So Brendan Vituski. I don't know who Coco is. Twisted 86, because it's an 86 truck. The wheels look good on it. The headlight graphics look pretty cool. The plate on it's tampoed on slightly crooked, but it's not that bad. I have to point it out because someone else will if I don't. And like to keep some integrity. All right, so there's a flaw, right? For being picky. That silver paint in the bumper. Not there in that little section, little bit right there. So we do have to point that out. Base is a painted silver metal. It rolls really nice and smoothly. Very, very nice. So if that's important to you, the rolling factor, it's there. The silver like line here on the panel, or on the base of it, on the bottom of the side of the car, almost to like the rocker or whatever. I'm not a bodywork guy, but it doesn't line up. So you've got silver line, brake, and then that towards the end of the truck. And if we're being critical, which we are, I admit I am, we've got not a great, it looks like somebody just painted it on there, and it's not really that great. This side looks slightly better. So what's weird is this one looks high compared to the stripe. It's actually more in line. And then this one looks low. So not great there. And should we expect perfection with these? You know, maybe not perfection, but I do think they should be held at a high standard. Like I said, because of how much it costs to acquire one of these trucks or cars or whatever. All right, so let's get to the articulation of it, right? Overall, just first impression before we do that. Actually, the truck it looks cool. It looks pretty neat. I do like it. I think it's neat. Like at a glance from far away, you don't really see the issue there on that side with the line in the truck, and really in the back, it's kind of. I mean, it's there. I see it, but it's not so terrible that you're really going to notice it unless you're really trying to pick it apart, right? Like I am. So overall, pretty decent, right? And of course, it's Spectra Flame. It's a high gloss. You're going to get your fingerprints all over it when you handle it. So much so that I made it a point to wash my hands right before for doing this video, just so I could minimize the amount of fingerprints I would get on it. All right, so now the moment we've all been waiting for with this thing. This thing has a bed that moves around, which is a little bit crazy. Pretty basic, the way that it's constructed. You've got just a plastic like piece here, which has like a single joint here. I think it can go all the way back, yep, to there if you want it to. So we've got a plastic piece here, and again, it's got just like a pin through it. Kind of locks into place in this position, and probably locks into place in the down position. Pushing it back too far, I don't think probably was a good idea. And then the top, to give it, full 360 degree, 3-axis rotation, essentially. It's got a ball joint kind of thing up there. So that's kind of a nifty idea how they did that. They've done it similar in the past with some of the like lowrider trucks with the articulating suspension. have had like a ball joint in there so that they could move in any which way. And that's probably the best way to do it. So good job there, I would say. That's interesting. I don't remember it. Masters of the Universe is on here. There's He-Man on here. That's cool. That's kind of a neat little, almost like an Easter egg, I guess, on there. I didn't know that was there. So that's really neat. And then, of course, you got all the speakers and the craziness right here. So, yeah, this thing's ready to party. You can flip it almost all the way around. Well, you can flip it, of course, all the way around. But that's what you do. You're like, boom, 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 at the party. Outdoor party. You got your speaker system right there in the truck. And, of course, that's going to be way over bass craziness. And, yeah. So, all in all, conceptually, I think it's pretty cool. It's not really my thing to have a truck with an articulating bed. I don't really think that that's something that really I'm too crazy about. I'm much more apt to think the thing is cool if it just looks good like this. And for the most part, it does. But the more I'm looking at this, comparing this side to this side, that non-continuous straight line here from cab to bed is kind of irritating, actually. And I'm not really digging that. That is somewhat annoying that they can't just get this thing lined up or registered incorrectly, where it's going to be a straight line and line up. Like the bed sits really good on the back, right? It sits awesome, sits good. The stance is great. It's not, it's not leaning to one side or the other on either the bed or the cab, but it's just this painted line right here that is screwed up. And I honestly, I think for the price that you pay for these, that's kind of unacceptable. If I'm honest, that's kind of how I feel. So, and we're honest on here. I try to be pretty critical of these cars, and yeah, maybe I'm more critical of Hot Wheels than any other brand. But honestly, I mean, they've been doing it. Them and Matchbox basically have been doing stuff the longest or whatever, but they've been doing premium collectible stuff for quite a long time. And I just think for the price that we are paying for these pieces, they should be as close to perfect as possible. Are you going to get some quality control issues here and there? Sure. But I think you should be able to weed those out before they actually get to the consumer. I think that would be better, because then you just wouldn't get complaints like this. And I know maybe it's minor. Maybe I'm being nitpicky with that line being down there and being kind of irritated with it. But, spend my own money on this. And you guys that bought it did too, right? And you should expect probably, the best product possible from the best branded diecast possible, right? I mean, the biggest hype brand, you kind of expect a little bit more out of them. I would, you should. You should. So let me know what you think about this piece in the comments down below. I mean, number one, do you like it conceptually? Do you think it was a good idea to do a Nissan truck like this? Is it cool that the bed articulates? And then, your comments about quality control. And is the price of this truck worth it? Is it worth it for you? For me, thinking back, I think this thing was like $35 plus shipping, I want to say. And I could be wrong, and I don't really remember. And if I am wrong, you guys can correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's what it cost. So let's say all in, $35 plus tax and shipping. I mean, you guys can do math. And, so we're looking at like $45 all said and done, plus maybe a little bit more. And if you want this thing internationally, wow, even more. So you get where we're going with this. It's just, it's kind of pricey, we kind of would want it to be closer to perfect, in my opinion. Okay. So that's my opinion. You guys, of course, let me know what you're thinking, what your opinion is of it. I don't like that it doesn't have screws, just for the display reason. So the display kind of is irritating as well. But I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And I'm just going to put it actually completely back. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I won't keep it. I don't know. Fine. We'll see. We'll see what I do. All right, that's going to be it for this. Sorry if it's kind of a downer video, but I think the truck is cool. I think it's cool. I think I'm just, my copy's got that weird discontinuation of the silver line across the bottom. And I think it looks better when it's in the package, actually. Now, it looks worse on this side, but better on this side, because it's kind of pushed up a little bit in the package, when really this is the side that's actually lined up. Well, you just can't win them all. All right, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments, of course. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have yourself a good day. Bye.